You know, I was just more focused on doing my job.
I mean, you know, when he missed the first one, you know, the feeling that went through my head was just like, no, you know, not again.
Right when the ball was snapped, I saw the flags go up right away.
When he got the second chance, you know, he put it through, and it was like the only thing that matters was that, you know, we won the Grey Cup.
Man, we just stormed the field, and just it's something that's special. It's something I'm always going to remember.
A second chance at glory and sweet resolution for the 2009 Montreal Alouettes. After multiple failures, this group of proven veterans once again possess the Grey Cup. For quarterback Anthony Calvillo and slot back Ben Cahoon, both will take their winter off to evaluate their futures. They have their second championship ring, but still hunger for more.
Happy birthday, Canada!
The Alouettes season opens with a disappointing game in Regina on Canada Day. The Grey Cup rematch is an amazing display of offensive firepower. It becomes the highest scoring game in CFL history, but Montreal squanders a 21-point lead and falls in double overtime. The Alouettes win their next 5 straight, but Calvillo's offense is sputtering.
Well, it's a team over the years that we're used to seeing come flying out of the gate, and we haven't seen it the last 3 weeks.
They do not score a touchdown in almost 7 quarters of football against the BC Lions in week 3 and the following week at home against Hamilton.
People always look at the fact that, you know, that we should go through our division and just breeze through it, man, but it is tough, hard work.
Montreal retains first place through mid-August, but a much larger challenge lies ahead.
Calvillo pump fakes, and he is dropped.
Once I fell down, I knew something was wrong right away because I heard something pop in my chest.
But Calvillo remains down, and that puts a hush over the stadium.
We were all, you know, visibly concerned.
They've brought some medical staff back out, and they may have to get a stretcher to take him off.
Watching him go down, you know, that's like watching, you know, your leader, your captain go down, you know, to injury.
When I tried to finally get up and walk out the field, I couldn't take a deep breath, and it really concerned me because I had a lot of pain around the heart area.
Yeah, I would say we have officially reached the point of scary.
Calvillo suffers a fractured rib, and after tests are run that evening, something far more troubling is discovered.
When they were doing all the scans, they also saw another thing in my thyroid. The biopsy came back inconclusive, and again, I really didn't understand what that meant, but as I learned they weren't sure if it was benign or if it had cancer, so the next step in their eyes was to remove half the thyroid, and the next step is to wait 6 to 8 months to have the surgery done, and then we go from there, and that's what we decided to do.
Calvillo watches the next 2 games from the sideline, while keeping his pending medical situation a secret from teammates, choosing to confide in wife Alexia, who beat cancer a few years prior.
The most important thing for me is I just didn't want to be a major distraction as the possibility of this could be cancer or no cancer, and I just didn't want to have that for our football team.
September 19th. A month after injuring his sternum, Calvillo returns against the Edmonton Eskimos and doesn't miss a beat.
You talk about threading the needle, here it is right here.
Montreal wins 31-14. But despite the positive outlook, Calvillo's emotions remain clouded.
I knew it was building up because I knew that, there was a slight possibility that this might be my last year, and as much as I wanted to fight that idea that it wasn't, there was a reality that, it might be.
Thanksgiving Day. The Alouettes are trying to avenge a humiliating loss the week before, and Cahoon sits on the verge of CFL history.
It was a great moment, and I did get emotional. And as I thought about it, you know, it was a meaningful moment to share with my teammates and my family and the fans of Montreal. You know, a lot of those fans stuck around in a blowout game just to see that happen, and that didn't escape me. That meant a lot, and that's when I got emotional thinking about that.
The celebrations are short-lived. As Montreal stumbles to the finish line, despite earning a bye to the Eastern Final, they lose 3 of their last 6 games. Inspiring confidence for one of the teams they'll face in the East Final.
Hey, it's a concrete jungle, baby. Welcome back. It's gonna be a feast.
East Final.
Hello, football fans across Canada.
The winner gets to move on to the cup, baby. Loser goes home.
The energy in there was just it was electric. You know, when you can feel the noise on your arms, you know it's cracking in there.
Crowd on its feet. The Eastern Final is underway.
On Montreal's second possession, Anthony Calvillo goes to work.
Calvillo has a man. He's open.
Finding Jamel Richardson for the game's first major.
He'll score. It's Jamel Richardson.
You know, Jamel Richardson made a great catch on a go route up the right sideline there. AC made a beautiful throw away from the safety, and we were able to get off to a good start.
The Alouettes offense has them up 10-0 in the blink of an eye.
That look speaks volumes.
While the defense denies Cleo Lemon and the Argos any chance to build momentum.
Already pressure on Cleo Lemon.
Toronto's Corey Boyd and Chad Owens are at the heart of the Argos offense. But again, Montreal's defense meets the challenge, containing the 2 CFL stars.
Our guys came out flying, but it was all 3 phases today. Those special teams went out there and really, you know, kept Chad and the rest of the guys to a minimum, and that's what we needed.
Hey, smart, right here, right now.
The Alouettes special teams strike first, courtesy of Tim Maypre's Shock and Awe.
I think when you have a game plan and when you're able to go down and score in the first few drives, you know, the game plan is right on target, and that's exactly what happened.
Montreal is relentless and rack up a 27-6 lead at the half.
Body language of Jim Barker right there. What do you do? What do you do?
The Alouettes continue to pressure in the second half.
We were dominant on offense, and our defensive line was dominant on defense. When that happens, you're going to see the end results.
And Corey Boyd is taking a beating here today. Everything going right for the Owls. Alouettes started early and just have not let up. Relentless.
With Montreal's defense not giving an inch, Calvillo takes back to the sky, finding Jamel Richardson once more.
Touchdown!
It is over. The Montreal Alouettes are heading to the Grey Cup for the 8th time this decade. But amidst the celebration, Calvillo is consumed with emotion, almost divulging his secret.
Definitely kept on building up, and of course you could see it in my emotions when I was talking at times.
We worked so hard for this, and we're going to go back and do it again. So it's the passion that you have to play this game, and we're going back again. So it's a blessing.
Once we won the Eastern Final again, I knew that there was something that was waiting for me, not just going to the Grey Cup, but something more serious in the back of my mind.
The 98th Grey Cup, when the journey continues.
Welcome to Edmonton. What a stage and what a setting for the 98th Grey Cup on TSN. between the Montreal Alouettes and the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
November 28th. A crisp autumn wind greets the Montreal Alouettes to Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton. Standing in their way for the second straight year is Rider Nation. And after arriving, the magnitude of this evening dawns on Anthony Calvillo.
The only thing that crossed my mind maybe a couple of times that this might be my last game. It was the whole possibility of knowing whether I was going to have cancer or not. I think that was the reality that was going on in my head.
During warm-up, veteran Anwar Stewart provides his usual blend of levity and leadership.
Feels like Miami out here. Let's go, baby. I love having my back up against the wall. Hey, everybody, 60 minutes. That's like last week. I need 5 more minutes. Give me 5 more. Give me 65. Let's go. Everything is go. Let's go. Dominate. Dominate on 3. 1, 2, 3. Dominate.
And with a more subtle tone, team captain Anthony Calvillo chimes in with his own words of inspiration.
Let's give this guy something to cheer for because it's going to be all green today. And you know what we haven't done on the road? We have not baptized anybody on the road yet. Baptized them for everybody. Let's go. Baptize on 3. 1, 2, 3. Baptize.
Moments later, in the Owls locker room, head coach Mark Trestman pushes his team-first mentality.
We got to be the team that wants it more. And the reason why we can do that, because we want it more than for each other than we do for ourselves. Keep that in mind. That is our edge. That is our edge. Guys, this is it. We have arrived at the moment that you have created.
We just came out, we played for each other, you know. I didn't play for me, AC didn't play for him, Cahoon didn't play for him. I played for AC, AC played for Cahoon, Cahoon played for Floyd. Hey! You gotta be special, Jay! You gotta be special! Oh! You gotta be! Everybody! You gotta be special! Oh! You gotta be! Everybody! Everybody! Be special! Be special, baby!
The 98th Grey Cup on TSN. How's this going to end?
First quarter, and the defenses begin to assert their might.
We do this all day, all day. We do it all day. You can't even run. You can't even run. There you ain't. That's a 9 thing.
But moments later, Montreal begins to march, with Avon Coburn finding the end zone first.
The gives to Coburn. Avon Coburn. Touchdown. Alouettes strike first.
The spotlight then shifts to Rough Rider quarterback Darian Durant, who pushes for an answer.
And the Rough Riders finally get traction on offense. Give the Kings.
Give me one.
Touchdown.
Thank you.
15 minutes of football in the books, and both teams have major scores.
Calvillo and the Alouette offense stalls in the second, unable to deflect the Rider pressure.
Protection breaks down. Anthony Calvillo is sacked for the second time in the game.
Saskatchewan, they've been blitzing like crazy in the playoffs against BC, against Calgary, and they're doing the exact same thing against us. So, you know, there were times they were getting pressure and we couldn't get the ball off.
Yeah! Yeah! I told you! I told you! I told you!
Montreal trails by 3 at halftime, and as the third quarter begins, once again, their defense steps up.
Look at me. Look at me. Let's go. Let's go, Shay. Shay, this is it right here. Let's go. 30 minutes, baby. All out. Everything we got.
Here comes the heat. Steps up with John Coleman and Anwar Stewart. A meeting of the Alouette defensive ends.
Montreal turns field position into 3 points. The game is tied at 11. setting the stage for a wild fourth quarter.
It's getting to that time of the game.
The fourth quarter, when the journey continues. It's the fourth quarter of the 98th Grey Cup. And after an early field goal, Montreal feels the momentum.
Hey! Keep fighting! Keep fighting!
The Rider defense needs a game breaker. And believe they have one.
Easy over the middle, and is that intercepted? There is a flag. Byron Bullock's got the football, but did he interfere with Ben Cahoon?
Cahoon was running like an out and up, so as he was working his out part, I thought he was able to get back inside of him, and as I'm letting it go, I could see Ben getting turned around.
Would be the first turnover of the game, but let's find out if it stands.
Pass interference, Saskatchewan. It's a 10-yard penalty, an automatic first down.
In my eyes, that one with number 30, I think it was pretty obvious it was a PI.
Montreal seeks to take advantage of their sudden reprieve. And receiver Jamal Richardson has the answer.
I was like, hey, just throw it. I don't care where it's at. Just throw it up.
He told me if I'm even, just throw it up, I'm going to get it. And that's exactly what happened. He had one step, I just threw it up to him.
AC with a pump, and he's looking deep. He's got a man. Jamal Richardson's got it at the 2.
I've been dying to go deep all game, and they finally called my number.
Soon after, it's Avon Coburn with a quick punch.
So now the Alouettes look for the touchdown. Coburn! He's got it! Avon Coburn has his second touchdown, and the Alouettes expand their lead.
Montreal leads by 10 with 5 minutes left. The game is slipping away from Saskatchewan as they attempt to mount a comeback.
This is the series that they've got to convert on. Tremendous field position. It's right now for Saskatchewan.
Durant looking for pass 2. He's got it! Inside the 10. And lunging to the lead. But the Riders are first and goal. Fake to Cates. He's going to throw. Wide open. Touchdown.
The Riders are now only down by 3. And after a missed field goal by Damon Duval, Darian Durant has one final shot.
We've played over 58 minutes, and now it's in the hands of the Rough Riders.
We knew that if we got out to Durant, sooner or later he would throw us a pick. And you know, he threw us a bone.
And he's going to be dropped. Durant trying to muscle his way, and he got away.
He threw the ball up, and Billy Parker was able to be there, you know, to seal the win for us.
Throws it up for grabs. Shouldn't have. Alouettes have got it. And the celebration is on.
We own that cup, Pop. We own that cup.
And the Alouettes have a stranglehold on this and back-to-back titles. Final snap, encore, Alouettes. Back-to-back Grey Cup titles, the first since the Argos in 96 and 97.
I love you, man. I love you, baby. I love you.
He's a year away from being the most prolific passer in Canadian Football League history. For tonight, he's a 3-time Grey Cup champion.
During the celebration, the gravity of the moment suddenly weighs on Calvillo. He still intends on keeping his health issue a secret, but his plan begins to crack during an on-field interview.
My objective was to keep it to myself all the way up until I had to get the surgery done. So it was just that question that just came up.
Last week after the Eastern Final, you showed a lot of emotion. Where did that come from, and how much does this mean?
Well, there's a lot of things that are going on with me. that few don't know about. But it'll come out soon. I just love what we're doing. I just love football. I love it.
A cryptic comment from Anthony Calvillo about his future.
And while the Grey Cup is being presented, preparations are underway for a press conference. The secret Calvillo kept tightly wrapped for 3 months is finally to be revealed.
It's been a long year for me. I mean, I was gonna step away from football, but they said they could wait. And you can't wait any longer. So the next week or so, I'll be having surgery on my thyroid to remove a lesion that they're not sure what it is.
My objective was to not say anything, but I made a few comments about, you know, things that were going on with me personally. And to be honest with you, I was kind of glad that I did, you know, as much as I did not want to. It was a great relief to just kind of come out and just be like, you know, this is the next step in my journey in life.